What's up, guys? It's Gardy B with the Jenkins and Jonez show. As always, I'm here with my good internet buddies, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
What's up, guys?
LeJethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, bubbas? And if you fuck with us, you want to see more of our content, please jump on YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
In light of doing, instead of grinding the tape, we had a conversation, an actual genuine conversation between the three of us in the group chat. This is not like a contrived pod thing, but we really were kind of tearing each other up over Steph being a top 10 dude or not and what that top 10 looked like. So what we wanted to do is a draft where we're each going to have 3 picks. It'll be a snake order. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Our producer Jackson is going to do the 10th pick. But I want to just get a couple points clear. We're going by like at their peak, how they'd play now, right? We're not going by like who has the best numbers on the paper or whatever. Is that, am I right?
We're building a team, right? We're building a team. Like it's going to be like a 3-on-3 team, right? So like,
I don't want to approach it like building a team because I feel like you're going to overlook who's the best player and like pick for your needs.
Because I'd be looking for a big or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I thought we was doing. Because you said we talking about a 3-on-3, who would win in a 3-on-3 tournament.
I mean, we
afterwards.
can see how it shakes out after that, but I don't want us to go into this thing. Okay, I need a wing now. Okay, I need a big now. I want us to pick the best guy available. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because the conversation stemmed from, is Steph top 10 now? And I said if there's an all-time NBA draft, you cannot tell me that 10 guys are getting taken over Steph.
No fucking way.
I know because also because. Like he's the second best point guard of all time. So if you're trying to fill a spot, yes. If we're doing it like the NBA, but I mean, bro, like I'm not. I told y'all when I sent y'all that stat sheet, I said, bro, I'm like this is a top 10 career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm like I just don't know who to take off on that list. Because when you get to that point, it becomes gods. And I want to say this too. Steph did enough to. I said Steph did enough to win. I think he did. I think everybody averages. I mean, when the last time we saw a motherfucker not average 30 to win a series? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like Bron had 29 and 12 or some shit. What's your boy name? Giannis had 35 and like fucking 16 or some shit. Kawhi had 29 and like I think 8. You know what I mean? So. Great series. I just don't know, like, based upon what we said starting off, I don't know what he did in that series to make him jump these guys. And it's just really hard to jump these guys. I think it's extremely debatable, and we said that.
Well, look, and so the other thing is, man. The way these conversations happen is more so by emoji. I mean, it's the same thing when they do the All-NBA or they do All-Stars. You always go, well, this dude's an All-Star, and go, well, who would you take off? And people can't really take anyone off. You're like, but I just feel like he's at an all-star
caliber. When you look
caliber.
at that list, that feels like a top 10. Like he should be obviously one of the best players, but that top 10 gets so crowded. And
it's the same thing with Magic having a Mount Rushmore that have 5 people on it. I've got 14 dudes in my top 10.
The top 15 is top 10.
The top 15, I got 15 top 10 caliber dudes. Bro. 12 of them I would put in the top 10, and 3 of them I wouldn't, even though I acknowledge that they're top 10 dudes. So, all right, Jackson, can you get up a random number generator or something to help us out with the draft order?
Yes, I did that while you guys were rambling. And the draft order
We're rambling, okay? We're setting it up, bro.
We're being Jenkins and Jonez, bro. This is a ramble podcast, bro.
The draft order is number 1, Tyler. Number 2, John. Number 3, Mike.
I thought we were picking numbers. You just
picking numbers. How'd you do that?
I had a random dice rolling internet website.
Oh, wow.
I assigned, since there's 6 numbers, I did 1 and 2 was Mike, 3 and 4 was Tyler, 5 and 6 was John.
What was the roll?
4.
Don't matter, Mike. You
4,
third.
6, 2.
This motherfucker is sore loser. I am too, though, so I get it.
4, 6, 2.
He did the draft order in the darkness. That's all. I'm just pointing that out. I didn't see him pick the ping pong ball out of the fucking machine.
You want to recount?
Tyler, John, me, John, Tyler, John, me.
Yeah.
Cool. Is someone going to keep a tally of things?
Yeah,
here?
I'll write it down. Yep.
News guy on the fucking.
So we're gonna make the pick, and then we'll talk about it all in the end, right?
Yeah.
Or we're gonna
and then I will probably discuss each pick depending on who gets picked. For sure.
Okay, so I mean, I don't think there's any suspense here on who my number 1 pick is. It's Bron. It's LeBron Raymond motherfucking James Sr.
Yeah.
The biggest fucking, I don't think anyone maximizes your team better in NBA history than LeBron. I think he's the greatest fucking basketball mind ever. So that's a no-brainer for me. LeBron, for sure.
Michael Jordan, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Do we have to even explain that shit? And then no-brainer. And the thing about with the LeBron thing, I've gone back and forth with like, but LeBron's the best basketball player I've ever seen, and I saw Jordan at his peak. But I think Jordan, with his career and his accolades, I think he's the greatest. You know what I mean? So one or two, it's all, it depends on what you lean towards. It's all good.
I'm gonna go with in whatever order you want to put. It doesn't matter. I got 3 and 4. I'll go with Magic and Kareem.
Makes sense. I got them right there too. I got them. That's 3 or 4 right there.
Now it's back to
me.
You,
it's
John.
my turn.
John. Yeah, sorry, we snaking it. Okay.
And now's where it starts, because I feel like that, the top 4, you kind of all know where we're going. So now I'm
top
curious
5,
from here on.
Top 4, top 5. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think for me as well. I think Kareem was the. I think Kareem was the only big that I've said that I think I would choose over Wilt. I think Shaq is obviously more dominant, but Kareem Wilt averaged 30 and 20, came into the league averaging 35 and 27. Just a god, you know what I mean? And I mean, best athlete maybe we've ever seen in the league, just completely unstoppable, and he'd be unstoppable 400 years from now. You know what I mean? So I think
the comment I would make about Wilt is, when you look at video of old basketball players, which we famously have done and not been super approving of. You don't
I think
always
people that
see
made the cut are Wilt and Bill. That's everybody else kick rocks. You feel me?
You don't always see the way that it translates to like Wilt Chamberlain, like John said. You can't picture a version of basketball that he would not be one of the most dominant. Like he would be in any era. What would be up there at the very top. So yes.
Bro had a 50 and 25 season. He good anytime. Like if we had a fucking D12 kid out there averaging 50 and 25, he'd go top 5. You know what I mean? So for sure. I think Wilt's good at any era.
What's interesting is the old heads now like to talk about how today's players would do in the 90s. I think it's a much more interesting conversation to talk about how older players would do now. And I think you can make the argument that Wilt would be more dominant in 2022 than he was at that time, because of his size and the fact that there's no one really fucking with him physically like that. He could
pass. He could, you know what I'm saying? He could score. Yeah. He would be phenomenal in today's game for sure.
He was MVP and Rookie of the Year for his first year, and he was a scoring champion for like 7 or 8 years straight. Like, my nigga, wasn't nobody fucking with him. We talk about Bill Russell winning more, but he used to get fucking cooked by Wilt. You know what I mean?
You put Wilt in the space and pace era of bigs, with undersized bigs. I mean, put Wilt on any team in the NBA playing against the Warriors in the finals. Who is matching up with Wilt Chamberlain?
0
on this year's NBA championship team. And he's got more space than he had at that time, because there's a 3-point line and people are playing out to that. And he's so much more physical than dudes are now, because he plays that way. Like, he didn't have a Euro step at that time. That wasn't available to him. They weren't calling fouls on soft contact. Like, I mean, yeah, I think you can make the argument Wilt Chamberlain more dominant in 2022 than he was in the 60s.
Sure. Well, keeping it with the dominant thing, I'm going Shaq, bro. Like I've told y'all before.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there's times I think 3P Shaq is the best basketball player I've ever seen in my life. Like 2000 to fucking 2002 Shaq, I think he might possibly be the best basketball player I've ever seen in my life. Man was averaging 37 and 16 and 3 blocks per game in the finals against the fucking defensive players of the year. Like fucking Ben Wallace gets praised for holding him to 26 and 14 in the finals. He gave fucking Mutombo 40 and 20 that game one, and we overlook it because that game one is AI's moment, right? And shouts to AI. Right. He deserved that shit. He went for fucking I think 48 and hit the game winner. But yeah, Shaq, man. For sure.
You've got the most modern team, and it's interesting again because people talk about today's era like it's softer, but you've got the most modern team out of all of us. You telling me LeBron and Shaq come from the
I mean, there's somebody on television. There's somebody from television that'll tell you they couldn't have done it back then. Yeah. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
All right, your other pick, Tyler.
Oh shit, yeah. Let me goddamn. Oh shit, we're here already. I'm going with KD. I'm going with KD.
I had KD coming in at 10, like because I think Steph, KD, and Giannis are the 3 I think can make the top 10, like by the end of their career, right? But I looked at and the only reason I chose KD at 10 was because I looked at Steph in his career. And like, bro, you look at the numbers, all-star selections, first team All-NBA, and like, Steph's best, like ability is his offense, right? KD's the best offensive player we've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, how do I squeeze Steph in? His career is better based on the chips. But I think he has what? I think he has four. He has three more. He's been in the finals 3 more times. So he's been in the finals 7 times, and KD has more finals MVPs than him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like little things like that. You know what I mean? So plus averages. I think he averages more than Steph. Shoots close to Steph. You know what I mean? As far as percentages. I mean, from the 3-point line, I think he shoots better from the field. So it's hard, bro. Go ahead. Is it my turn, though?
It's mine? Your turn. You got pick 8. Sheesh. You bet to fuck me up. God. This is not how I thought this was going to go. I didn't think KD was going to 7.
I thought KD was 10th. I thought KD, if KD snuck in, it was 10th. I think it was Steph.
I thought I was going to sneak KD at 9.
I thought I was too, bro. I had him him and Kobe right there at 9.
I can't really fuck with Tyler's team. LeBron, Shaq, and KD is fucking. I mean, the only thing you could possibly do on that team is try and run Shaq, basically. But in a competitive environment where Shaq wants to win, you're fucked.
I think I'm going with Tim. I think I'm going with Timmy. I'm going with Tim Duncan. I think it's between. I know you a Tim hater, but we saw the stats, nigga. The numbers ain't lying, and it was in a very, you know what I'm saying, a difficult time to win, and he did it over. The longevity is almost unparalleled as far as not making the playoffs every year of his career. Came into the fucking league going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Taking chips from gods. You feel me? It's hard to not say that Timmy is right there. So it's between Timmy and Larry for me, but I got Tim.
Yeah, bro was a 26-12 and 3 block per game MVP. Like,
come on, dog. I mean, what we arguing about here?
I'm annoyed as fuck.
Might go be a hater forever.
You gotta take the first white man on the list. You not taking a Celtic, bro? You gonna have go ahead.
Y'all put me in a situation where we're 8 picks deep and no one picked Bill Russell.
Nah, Bill. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Us talking about Bill, like I feel like his career allows him to be in that conversation. I mean, and 15 to 22, nothing to scoff at, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he was winning at all levels. I think he won chips every year from college throughout his entire NBA career, except for 2 years. That's a god, bro. You feel me? But yeah, I just don't think like when we get in here, I think when we was talking about who we pick as a player, his career is much better than anybody else's. And I don't know if Steph's that much better of a player to balance out the career, but if we're talking about hoopers, Steph's a better hooper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, Bill has the greatest career. He's the most accomplished player in NBA history. But I'll give y'all a spoiler. He didn't make my big board. If we're just talking about just straight up talent, picking guys at
top 10,
top 10,
did not mine either.
He's on my list of 3 that top 10 guys that I would not put in my personal top 10. Can you guess the other 2?
One's Timmy D.
Bird. I feel like the Celtics hate is going to keep Bird off.
So, Timmy D and Bird. So
Larry Bird has 2 strikes against him on my board.
Yeah, being white and a Celtic. It's Timmy and Bird, right?
Yeah, Timmy out there. That makes sense.
Let me say this about Timmy before I make my last pick, which I don't feel great about, but which I'm going to make. Here's the thing. You're talking about basketball. You're talking about not crunching numbers, not fucking who can make the most tiles or whatever. You're talking about an art form that's physically acted out, right? And you're talking about, as John said, so many hundreds of thousands, millions of people have played the sport. You're trying to cram the top 10 into the top 10. There's easily 20 people you could put in the top 10. So someone could make an argument for Hakeem, and I'd be like, absolutely. 100%, right? There's people that aren't going to be in here. You can make Kobe Bryant. There's so many people you can make. Has anyone who is not a Spurs fan ever been inspired by Tim Duncan? But seriously, has anyone ever been moved by Tim Duncan that was not a San Antonio? Has anyone pretended to be?
But that's
Tim
where
Duncan?
You got to reach to keep him off the top 10. Shit that ain't got shit to do with basketball.
Facts. It has everything to do with basketball at the same time. It has nothing to do with basketball, but it has everything to do with it at the same time.
Everything to do with the art that is basketball. So,
Dr. J is not a dude who most people our age would put in a list of whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the coolest basketball coach I've ever known, a dude named Sharif Matoyer, was a coach at Poly before Shell. Okay? used to, this is an OG dude in Long Beach, used to walk around practice when the team was fucking up, shaking dice in his hands. We'll roll the dice, and that was how many suicides the team had to run.
God,
you know what I mean?
So fire.
Just an East Side.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah.
I want to shake that man.
Yeah, he's not even that old. He's not even that
see.
old, but Dr. J.
That's the shit Sarver was talking about right there, bro.
These niggas need that nigga. Not a nigga, that nigga, bro. You feel me?
Sharif's nickname is Doc because of Julius Erving. And this is a dude who did not, this guy's not 80 years old. He's a youngish guy. He's not that much older than us. But that was what Julius Erving was inspiring in people across the country. I don't see that for Tim Duncan. And to me, if you're talking about 10, that matters enormously to me. Cultural impact, how much people care about you, whatever. Tim Duncan is a fucking spreadsheet, bro.
Like Dr. J might be the second coolest hooper ever behind like AI.
Facts.
I think Dr. J may be the coolest. I think AI is the coolest to us because of our age group. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's why I'm explaining to you why in my list of 12 dudes in the top 10, Dr. J's on there. Too. Yeah.
You see him now with the motherfucking boop,
my
the island on the front of his shit.
My pick at 9 is Oscar Robertson. And I think I make the same argument for him that I would make for Wilt, that I actually think he's arguably more dominant today than he was back then. A guy at that size, he had outside scoring ability for that era. And so I've got Magic, Kareem, Oscar Robinson. John's got MJ, Wilt, and Tim Duncan, and Tyler's got LeBron, Shaq, and KD.
And we got Jackson coming in with the number 10 pick. Who you got?
He's gonna fucking pick Bill Russell.
I just want to say I was not expecting to have to leave off Steph Curry from my top 10. From this top 10.
You were not expecting that Larry Bird and Bill Russell would be available.
I was not expecting that Larry Bird was going to be here. And I'm just gonna I think that we're talking about best players, talent at their peaks type of thing. I think at their peaks, Larry Bird was just as good, if not better, than Magic Johnson. Best statistical year, just if we're gonna just use that. I mean, Magic Johnson averaged 24 points a game, 12.2 assists. Amazing. 52% from the field, 20% from three, also 6 rebounds. They're almost identical in size. They have almost identical accolades except for rings. Larry Bird's best season here averaged 29.9, 6 assists, 9 rebounds, and shooting 53%, 41%, 92%. In the 80s. In the 80s. So if that guy had like modern numbers and modern trainers to become the best shooter in the league now, that's probably as good, if not better than Steph in terms of shooting. I just think that he's in terms of peak Larry and team building, guy who could big pass, shoot, whatever, rebound, whatever you want him to do. It's Larry Bird for me.
Yes.
And go ahead. Tom,
yeah, I was gonna say I think Larry Bird's better than Steph too. I don't think Steph is a pass player.
And that's what I was talking about last week. It's not that Steph doesn't deserve to be in the top 10. He's done everything to deserve to be in the top 10. And he's only going to do more. You know what I mean? Steph, like I said before, Steph has the best old man game you've ever seen. He's not Dame, where he shoots from those distances and then takes hits when he goes to the lane. He uses his floater a lot. He's not on the floor getting beat up hellas. You know what I'm saying? Steph can do this for another 4 or 5 years. You feel what I'm saying? And I would not be surprised. You know what I mean? But it's just who are we talking about though? And so it's not to do nothing, talk shit about Steph. Bro, I love watching Steph. I've seen just as much Steph as anybody else, motherfucker. I'm going to turn that motherfucker on when that demon playing basketball. I don't give a goddamn, you know what I'm saying, what the hell going on in my life. Saw me here, sit next to me, we watching basketball right now. Baby girl, you feel what I'm saying? But no, you feel me? But it's just the guy, it's bringing everybody up and who are the people on that list? And it is thick. And there's not a lot of room to have gaps. You know what I mean? And if you're gonna be the best offensive player, if you like people like KD, who Tyler picked early, which I was surprised. You know what I mean? Dude, you had a dude on your team, same circumstances. I think Steph was the most important player on that team. I think KD was the best player on that team, and he proved it with this play in the biggest moments. And that's why I say. That's why, that's talking shit about, KD was on your team. No, I don't do it that way. I'm talking about in the top 10 list, we got to talk about it because this is who he's arguing. This is who we're arguing, you know what I'm saying, to take away off the list to put him on there. And that's my point, G. I don't think that's how he doesn't deserve to be on there. He deserves to. It's just very fucking difficult because they're the best to ever do it in a game that's been around for as long as it's been around. It's hard. So it's not a shit. I'm not shitting on Steph in any way.
Well, we could. I mean, the other thing that I would point out, we could redo the draft with a different order or whatever. We come out with different stuff every time based on like building teams out and all that other shit too. Like, I think, I mean, look, I made my case about Tim Duncan or whatever. You obviously, as you said, the stuff he did on the court it's impregnable. But
you found a way to hate, and I thought it was unhateable. You found a way. You found a way.
Well, look, I mean, we saw the video during the finals of the monk in Tibet pulling up from a Steph spot, right? Like, this is a dude who forever changed the way basketball is played. So to me, I think there's room. I mean, I do think there's room with Tim. I understand by the numbers. I certainly understand it, but I do think it could be one of those things that's funny 30, 40 years, whatever, when our kids are watching basketball. If it keeps going in the direction it's going, if the pendulum doesn't swing back and they don't legislate away some of the advantages of the three-pointer, this might be like leaving Jesus Christ off the list.
I mean? That's exactly what I was going to say. If you're someone who prioritizes impact, Steph is probably number one for you. When we go back and look at basketball history, there's going to be a definitive before Steph and after Steph. Like, you said, like basketball Jesus, like BC, AD. You know what I'm saying? Like, he changed the game that much.
And the biggest thing that I've seen from Steph to do, like the most amazing thing is when I went to watch my little brother play basketball, he was in 4th grade, one pair of LeBrons, which my brother was wearing. You feel me? Maybe 2 or 3 other pairs of KDs. Everything else was Steph's. So while we're clowning them fucking shoes online, them kids is wearing them motherfuckers. You feel me?
Them shuffleboard ass, Carnival Cruise ass shoes.
They wearing the hell out of them motherfucking tread safes. You feel me? So yeah, G. I mean, his impact is undeniable on the game and the generation after us. So
yeah, we have a saying at the 562, which is the kids are never wrong. They might not always be right, but they're going to be here when we're not, which means that they're not wrong.
Right. You feel me? It be like that.
I don't care how ugly we think the shoes are. At some point, there'll be a solid era when we are not here. And they
good
are
for
here.
them, though, because fuck listening to us, dog. I don't want a kid coming to me for fashion advice. Nigga, I'm old, bro. You feel me? Go wear them colorful, cool-ass pants and shit, G. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like me, dog. You know what I'm saying? You make a decision for me. The chicks don't like that shit that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? In your age group, do your thing, G.
My 5 top 10 players who did not make it into their top 10. Steph, not in no order. Steph, Hakeem, Kobe, Dr. J, and Bill Russell.
All my guys made it except Steph.
Yeah. I think Kobe is right there. Like, he could be 9th. You know what I mean? I think
I could have picked
right
Kobe
there.
And done an all-Laker team. I just didn't want people saying, "Oh, he's being an all-Laker dude" or whatever.
I thought he was going that route. But
I also think the Big O fits with Magic and Kareem. I mean, you're going to see a beautiful type of basketball that I don't think has been on the court. Yeah, I mean, that thing's going to be moving. And we're going up against Shaq. That's all I got is ball movement.
Crazy. But I mean, that's the thing, bro. When we talk, if you being talked about in these, I think I said it last week too. He doesn't need to be top 10, like on a list for him to. He was stamped before that fucking series. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you're being discussed in these conversations, G, fuck everybody. Fuck the number you're at. You know what I mean? Like, dog, you a god. That's point blank. Period.